Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Daniel Barada, and on this channel, I basically discuss topics such as business, self-development, stuff like that. Basically, anything I learned in my life that I think could help you in yours. And in this video, I wanted to talk with you about some little-known ChatGPT hacks that can allow you to really bump up your game in ChatGPT and help you even more. So, with that being said, let's hop on my laptop real quick and see what I mean. So as you can see here, I'm talking about little known ChatGPT hacks, and the first one would be advanced prompts. Now, basically what I mean by advanced prompts is things that you can ask in a better way in ChatGPT that could give you different responses and that could be more helpful. So in this case here, as you can see, the first one is prompts for AI detectors. Now, let me show you what I mean by that. So, as you can see, we're here in ChatGPT, and basically what I've done is, what we're talking about here is let's ask it to write an article about cold showers, let's say. So it will obviously spit out an article, and in a couple of seconds, I'm going to show you what I mean. All right, so I basically stopped it from generating it just because I want to just prove a point here. So if I take this text and I go to an AI detector, so here in the AI content detector, if I put this same text over here and I analyze it, it will say 2% human generated content. So it basically can find out if you've generated the content with AI or not. There is a prompt that you can use that will completely change this. And let me show you what I mean. So I'm back in ChatGPT. And here I will just ask it the same thing. So write an article about cold showers, but write it in a way that is not typical for AI. Now, let's wait a few seconds for it to generate some text, and I'm going to show you what I mean. All right, so it's generated a bit of text and I stopped it. So now if I copy this text and I go back to the AI detector, so here I am back in the AI detector. If I paste this new text here and I analyze it, it's going to say 100% human generated content. So as you can see, basically, if you just change your prompt and tell ChatGPT to write you a text that doesn't look like it's written from AI, it will do it for you. And even the AI content detectors won't be able to really find out uh, that it's actually AI generated content. So with that being said, let's move on to number two. Now, number two is basically expertise prompts. And what I meant by that is basically you can tell ChatGPT to pretend that it is something else. So for example, you can ask it to pretend that it is a lawyer and give you some, for example, law advice. Or you could even make it a bit more specific. Pretend that you are a lawyer in a specific state, or pretend that you're a lawyer in a specific country. You could ask it for some law advice. Now, you could also ask it, pretend that you're an expert marketer and ask it for advice. And you can also, once you do that, you can tell it to prioritize uncommon and unique advice or suggestions. That way, it will go beyond the typical, generic advice, and it will actually give you some uncommon and unique advice and suggestions. The third one is basically to analyze text, which is pretty helpful because you can use it to write or create content as someone else. So in this example, the prompt is analyze the text below for style, voice, and tone, and using natural language processing, create a prompt to write a new article in the same style, voice, and tone. I'm gonna copy this prompt and then basically I'm gonna use it. So here's a guy that I basically follow on Twitter, Dan Co. And he recently posted this tweet: "You aren't bored, you're distracted, hopping from social media to the news to video games to junk food to numb your mind from the discomfort that life presents. Distractions are finite, your potential is not." So I'm going to also copy this tweet. And here back in ChatGPT, I'll first paste my prompt, which is the analyze text below for style, voice, and tone, and using natural language processing, create a prompt to write a new article in the same style, voice, and tone. So now I'm going to give it the text, which it should analyze. And here I've pasted the same tweet from by Dan Co. So I'm going to just press enter now, and it will literally analyze the text and give me a prompt. So as you can see, basically what it did is it took this tweet and actually it rewrote it in the same style. But what we actually wanted was to actually just analyze the text. So let's do it again and do it separately. You could also do it this way: analyze the text below for style, voice, and tone, and then give it the text. So it will tell you what the style is. The style of the text is direct and assertive. The voice is that of an observer or an authority figure giving advice. The tone is reflective and contemplative with a hint of criticism towards the use of distractions as a way to avoid discomfort. And now we can actually ask it to write a tweet about cold showers in the same style, voice, and tone. So it basically wrote tweet in the same style as Danko's, kind of basically. Of course, it's not absolutely the same, but it's good enough. Now, basically, the second point that I wanted to show you guys is using WebGPT. It's a Chrome extension that basically allows you to use ChatGPT with web search. So basically, let me show you what I mean. So as you saw above, we asked it to write an article about cold showers, and we can ask it the same thing now. But what WebGPT does for you is it adds this little thing here that says search on the web, and you can actually give it, put it on, and you can say 5 results, and in the past week, let's say, and we could choose United States. So it's going to search on the web as well. It's not just going to write an article based on what ChatGPT gives you. It's also going to include web results in that. So let me show you what I mean. So here it basically gives you the web search results and the different sources it's using. So in the case we asked it for five results, and now it's going to use them to write an article about cold showers. So and it's going to give you sources, and it's going to cite everything it's writing. So as you can see, cold showers have been a topic of interest in the health and wellness community for some time now. According to whatever, taking cold showers can be difficult to adjust to, especially in the beginning, but the effort required to maintain the habit does fade over time, and so on. So basically it cites the different sources that it found on the web, and it writes an article around those sources and those citations. So that is pretty valuable because you can now also include research and so on in your ChatGPT prompts. Now, the final one that I wanted to talk about is the ChatGPT Chrome extension. It's not actually created by ChatGPT or by OpenAI, but it allows you to include ChatGPT in any of your Google searches. So let's say you go on Google and you search for something, you can just as well go on Google, search for something, but you will also have a ChatGPT response for the same thing that you're searching for on the side of your page. So let me show you what I mean. So this is basically the ChatGPT for Google Chrome extension that I was talking about. And as you can see here, basically there's a video that explains how it works. So I'm just going to put it on real quick. So you just ask your regular question on Google just as you would normally. And in a few seconds on the side of Google, you also get a ChatGPT response. So this can help when you're researching something on the web, but you also want to, include ChatGPT responses. It helps with research, and it's actually pretty useful, especially if you're a programmer or something, or if you're writing an article, you could always look for the ChatGPT response as well. So that's basically it. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button and click the subscribe button and put on notifications to see the videos immediately as they come out. And with that being said, I'm going to see you in the next one.